All right. So my husband mentioned this one to me as a good idea for a video because it's one that not a lot of people understand. And once you start getting into the spiritual awakening and you start getting into all of this stuff, grounding is a word that you hear all the time. You ground your energy. But really, what does that mean, right? To anybody who doesn't understand that, they don't quite get it. And it sounds hard when really we need to try and keep things simple. Grounding is as simple as imagining in your own way, putting your energy down into the earth. Now, there are crystals for grounding. Smoky quartz is one. Onyx is another. Black tourmaline can also be another. Now you can Google stones for grounding, and that will give you a whole list. Follow your own intuition, follow what rings true for you, and you can find a plethora of crystals out there that can help you in different ways. But if you don't have crystals and you don't have the ability to do that, you can quite simply use your strongest and free tool, and that is your imagination. Now, imagination sounds kind of childish, right? Because when we were kids, imagination, oh, you can't have imaginary friends. No, you shouldn't be, you got to grow up, right? Which is such hooey. We don't have to grow up. Now, as grown-ups, we are fighting to try and find inner child healing and to get back to that point where we are happy and living in the moment as our child selves hopefully had the chance to do. Now, some people's children or some people's childhoods are not ideal. Um, some have very traumatic experiences, and if that's you, I'm so sorry. Just know that that little child deserved love, okay? That little child never deserved to go through any of the things that they've gone through, and just feel my love. I have so much compassion for anybody who's gone through traumatic childhoods. It is something that I work to heal now with PLR, past life regression, and age regression and all that. So I feel very strongly about it. But that's not why we're here. So, grounding, let's use our imagination. Now, there's lots of different techniques for this, and it's all about finding what matters to you. You can imagine yourself as a tree and allow your roots to grow down into the earth. You can pretend you can imagine you're a flower. You can just imagine like a silver string that goes from your feet down into the core of the earth. It can be just into the dirt. You can even get outside and put your feet on the dirt, put it on the grass, because essentially that is all we are trying to do. We are trying to ground our energy. And when we do that, it can help us come back to reality. It can help us be calm. It can help us take our head out of the clouds if we're feeling a little too flighty. It has tremendous healing abilities. If you spend 15 minutes outside, there's like grounding and earthing videos out there. If you want to, go Google that stuff. But very simply, we are using the energy in our body, so from the chakra system, from the field around us, and we are just basically telling it to ground us down. Almost how, well, it's the same as grounding electricity, right? Because our bodies are electrical. They have electricity flowing through them, and they have lots of different synapses. And because of this, we need to ground as well. Um, and like I said, it's not hard. There's videos out there on YouTube for grounding. There are meditations for it. There's tons and tons of information out there. But very simply, just imagine it. Just imagine that there is energy and that is flowing into the earth and back up to you again. You can imagine it as almost like a circle that kind of comes from your feet down into the earth and back up again. For me personally, I have hand signals that I use. So for me, when I go like this, it pushes my energy down into the earth. It takes my root chakra and it grounds me down. It brings it down in there, and then it creates a loop and brings it back up. And you will see me do that in some of my healing videos where I just put my hand down, and then when I bring it up, it comes back up and it flows through the energy chakras. And then I always like to create the loop with the divine oneness, with your God, your deities, the heavens, the universe, whatever you want to call it, okay? And I like to create the infinity symbol, and I like to breathe in that. And I like to allow myself to know and tell my energy to continue that as I continue breathing, so that it becomes something I no longer have to focus on, and it's just something that happens. And even now, because I'm telling you all about, I can feel that flow of energy going through me and grounding me and helping me to relax. And I actually needed that today, because it has been a wild day. If you are like me and you have children running around all day, it can be very hard to stay grounded. It can be very hard to stay calm, because it can be very overwhelming. And grounding is so simple as going outside and taking a breath and just relaxing and simply just being. I don't really know what else I could say about that. If you want to know more information, there is tons of information out there. So do what works for you. Find what makes you happy. Find what works and is comfortable, and just do that. It's not as hard as it sounds, okay? So, yeah. If you like that video, with infinite love and gratitude, like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever. Be a part of it. Have a great day.